NASA plans to open up the International Space Station to more businesses, which will be allowed to host private astronaut missions for up to a month at a time. The space agency announced steps to commercialize the ISS at the Nasdaq Stock Exchange. On the agency's ultimate goal in low Earth orbit is to partner with industry to achieve a strong ecosystem in which NASA is one of many customers purchasing services and capabilities at lower cost, NASA said in a press release. That means expanding the current commercial activity on board the ISS, which is limited to research and development. New opportunities for private companies could include producing, marketing and testing products on the ISS. It could also mean filming commercials or movies from the station. Private companies can send their own astronauts to join the ISS crew beginning in 2020. They would fly on SpaceX's Crew Dragon or Boeing's CST-100 spacecraft, both of which haven't yet completed human test flights. It is unclear what sort of professional backgrounds these private astronauts would be required to have and whether that loose description could be extended to include well-funded tourists. NASA said that SpaceX and Boeing will determine who makes up their crews, but they must ensure private astronauts meet NASA's medical standards and the training and certification procedures for International Space Station crew members. SpaceX and Boeing will decide how much to charge private astronauts, but the price tag is likely to be very high, as NASA said it will get $35,000 per night per person. As long as they meet government ethics requirements, NASA astronauts will be available to take part in commercial and marketing activities. Commercializing the ISS will boost revenue for NASA, which is straining to get Congress to support its proposed $2.6 billion fiscal 2020 cost for its mission to get back to the surface of the Moon in 2024. This week the Nonpartisan Reason Foundation released a report that found that it would be cost-efficient for NASA to rely on the private sector for space transportation, large payload launch vehicles and launch operations, in-space facilities and more. The existing space exploration paradigm is plagued by politicization and uncertain funding that makes each project more difficult to get approved, and more complicated, risky and expensive to complete, the study's co-author, James Bennett, said in a statement. That message echoes one that NASA Administrator Jim Bridenstine has said about the agency's Artemis mission. The longer the program goes, the more difficult it becomes to achieve the end state because of the political risk, Bridenstine told Congress last month.